Hi everybody, this is your spiritual colorist and diamond painter. Welcome to my channel once again. I want to come back to you with part 2 of my favorite artists in the coloring world and community right now. My first video I did, I showed you Anna Carlson, who was my favorite female artist in the coloring community, and I loved her drawings with nature and people. But I want to share with you particularly some of the artists that really interest me and the reason why I am in tune with different artists in the coloring community, and as an adult colorist, what really grabs my attention and what I really draw to and what really motivates me and I vibe towards when it comes to being interesting, and what really spiritually connects me to different artists. The artists in the community, where there's so many different artists out here, and in coloring, the adult coloring community, there is a coloring book for everything, from movies to animation, for just fantasy art to everything, to inspirational art, to anything you can think of particularly. So for me, I love people who are inspirational, but I also like people who are different, who have their own creative niche, and who just stand out in the crowd. Right now, I want to show you some of the books that I have of different artists who really interest me, and I love their art and the way they draw. Selena Finch is one of, I think that's how you say her name. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. If it's not Finch or Finch, I think it's Finch. Selena Finch is one of the artists I like. She's a fantasy artist, but she also, I think she has books that she has written, and she does adult coloring books for just about everything. But if I'm not mistaken, she does have also adult novels that are in fantasy, or like sci-fi fantasy. But she's great. And here are some of my particular coloring books that I have had by her. I haven't done a lot of work in a lot of her books, but I love her art. Hope to do more of the pages in some of her books. And this is one of the books I bought by her, which is Victorian Romantic. And it's kind of Victorian scenes, and it's about romance, because I know she does, I think she does have a book about Victorian romance. And it has little messages on the side, happily ever after. That's what it says. And it has a little bit about memory started over Elorian's shoulder, where daylight brightened the diamond-cut glass window of the balcony's door. Outside, a thorny vine grew around the balustrade, the silhouette of a wild young man perched in the front of the sun. She smiled. Besides, things just never disappear. They have to go somewhere, right? Whatever else might still be wrong with me, wherever the lost parts of my broken soul are, for now at least I'm alive, can live here with my family. And this is just part of one of her books in Victorian romance. And I don't know which book that it is, but she does write books. This is a page I did a while back when I first started doing adult coloring, so it looks okay. And this is another one that I did when I did it with all of the pastel pebbles chalk. Yes, but she does have some very beautiful pictures in here, and a lot of them are from her novels that she has written. So if you look into the artists who also have coloring books, some of them also can be artists that have novels, that have written romance novels, or have been in the the artist world and community for some time. I think like Kirby Rosen, I think he does animation for anime, and he's a creator for other anime and animation cartoons that's out there And he's just excellent because he's my favorite of all. And I'm going to show you him in another video. But Selena Finch is one of my favorites too. This is another one of hers. It's gothic. And this is more like with the angels. That's a little more of a different side to it. I did this one a while back. One thing when you get into adult coloring and you do detail and you learn how to do hair and wings. Now when people do adult coloring, you're learning the techniques, going over something over and over again. I'm going to have to learn that detail after detail. You have to go over something more than once. Like with this gray, I think I'm going to have to go over it again and then put some black details in there with black lining around the wings. And that's something you definitely learn when you're a beginner and you're really trying to get your pictures to look very visual and very beautiful when you're doing coloring, adult coloring. Because I'm telling you, y'all, it's some awesome colorists in this community. And I tell you, these pictures come so alive in 3D version into life when you see how much effect you can put into just like one picture. And I think there's another page I've done in this picture here. I did this with my gel pens. I just got my gel pens. And I tried my gel pens on that page. So, yeah. Like I said, I'm going to give a full flip through. Just a brief little, look into some of the pictures just in case you're interested in looking into Selena Finch. And this is Gothic. These are some of the beautiful pages that she has. And I think you can do this in markers. This is great for like Halloweeny stuff, if you want to go into doing anything that feels another like Halloween look. That mystical feel with the dragons and unicorns. Selena Finch is definitely off the chain. Here's another one of her books again. This is Fairy Tales. And I love this because there are fairy tales in here I have never heard of. And I love the way she has fairy tales that you have never heard of before ever. In one of my other videos, I talk about how when we were children and we listened to fairy tales like Little Red Riding Hood and how the grandmother got ate up by the wolf. And you're listening to the fairy tale as a child for the first time, you're like, your eyes pop open. You're like me, who I had a very wild imagination as a child. So just hearing that story, like, what? It's just funny. Yeah, we were told those stories. I don't know if our parents ever thought about, oh my God, I'm telling my child a story about a wolf and then a grandmother gets ate up at the end. And, it was just funny. Yeah. So I didn't finish this page because I didn't like where it was going. I didn't like how it started out. And I was like, I'm not going to finish this because it's not looking right. And the colors were not looking good to me at all. I was trying to make the bear 2 different colors. And then I just stopped because I didn't like the way where it was going at all. So that's just that. And there. This is okay. I did this with some of my pastel and Prisma pencils. And this is the one of Rapunzel. Oh no, Sleeping Beauty, sorry. When she falls asleep after being cursed or pricking her finger. I was thinking about Rapunzel because I think I have one in here of Rapunzel, but I haven't done it. And that's the little girl with the really long hair. She pricks her finger and falls asleep forever. Yeah. And there's all kinds of stories in here. Now, here's Rumpelstiltskin. There you go. I like to say Rumpelstiltskin. There's so many childhood stories. 3 Little Bears. I like the looks of her pictures. You probably could do some watercolors, and that's something I haven't tested. I have Castle Art watercolor pencils. And I'm going to start trying them out very soon. Give you a little flip through of somehow how her pictures look. This is a really pretty picture. I think you could really do some nice work with some watercolor pencils. And this is for the 12 Dancing Princesses. And that's Selena Finch, my other favorite female artist in the coloring world, as well as I have her diamond painting. And when I first saw DAC, Diamond Art Club, the first diamond painting I wanted was, yes, Hannah Lynn's Trixie. And I finally got it because it was out of stock for so long. And I'm going to unbox that and show it to you guys later because I definitely haven't started it yet. And show you how Diamond Art Club's canvases look, because I think I did show you running on another one while I was just laying here. But I'll do some more unboxing of a couple of their diamond paintings that I have, just to let you guys see what it looks like and see the ones that I have. And those are the ones I'm definitely going to be hanging up on my walls, because I could never buy a Diamond Art Club painting and canvas and don't hang it up, because they are too huge just to have them rolled up and sitting in boxes, and that's too much money to be spending on my part. They do give you discounts though. They give you 10% off, 15% off, just in case you're interested in looking into diamond painting and buying a diamond painting from Diamond Art Club. But yes, Hannah Lynn is a wonderful artist. She's a do the coloring books as well. And I love her steampunk. Well, I haven't done a lot in this book. That's why I'm just taking my time talking. So this is one of the first pages that I've done. And the only page that I started, and it's not even finished. So it doesn't look, oh, it's okay. I just started it a little bit, maybe a month ago. I tried starting it. And it's okay. It turned out a little bit. I think I was trying out my other pencils that were, was it the Lowry pencils? No, that might be my Black Widows or something. But yeah, and I just started her out with the owl, and I think she has names for hers too. I'm not sure of the name of this one because the name is not under it. Like Jelina, her name's right under her actual pictures. Let me see. But this one, okay, Sadie. I'll see, there's Sadie, and the first one would be Trixie. This is the diamond painting that I actually have from Diamond Art Club, and it's Trixie. And when you look on the front, there's Trixie. That's the diamond painting that I have from Diamond Art Club. And oh yeah, the names of the women are in the front of the book in little different cubicles here. Yeah, she has different women. I like the way their women look and the way their hair and eyes are, and the different type of outfit she puts on them. It's just a couple of pictures. This is all steampunk. And this is one of my other ones I have by Hannah Lynn, but I have not done anything out of this book. It's an inspirational book. It calls I Dream in Color, and I love it because it's nothing but inspiration. And maybe one day I will read this out loud, because the whole entire story, it's a story, and some people don't like listening to stories, but I think inspirational stories are just awesome. And to hear inspiration, quotes and stories are just uplifting and motivating. It says, fear is only as deep as the mind allows. And then it has the little person underwater. Some of her pictures I like. Some of them are a little, to me, cartoony. But I do like the inspirations in them. Like I would definitely do this one. This is find the beauty in today. So I would definitely do something like this one, this particular page. Okay. And my other artist is Michaelina. This particular picture, I have this diamond painting. It was the first diamond painting I bought from Diamond Art Club, and it is huge. I got freaked out by it. I started doing it and was really into it, but I'm not used to doing really huge diamond paintings, so I ended up putting it up and went back to my 30x40 plus my Prince diamond painting cane that I showed you guys on my last video. And I went back to doing my little average size diamond paintings. So yeah, I have this actual diamond painting by Michaelina, and she's awesome. I love her drawings. She's awesome to me as an artist. And she has volume 1. And I've done a couple of pages in this one because this is her very first one that I started doing. And this is Artemisia. Yes. So there's some tea and books and a deer in the back. She has so many awesome pictures, and the way she comes up with a different image of women consistently. And that's another one of the pictures I did. She's sitting under the tree with her little doggy. This is the other one I did. And also, I did that one. I want to do the background. I think I'm going to try to make a really pretty background. I'm kind of fearful doing backgrounds because I'm not good at it. But when you take little stencils, I've seen people take little stencils and make their own little markings and do their own little pictures in the background, their own little markings, and put their own little symbols in the background and use acrylic painting and everything, and it looks so beautiful. So I'm going to get better at doing that and try some things out with background ink, and I love distress ink for backgrounds, but I'm also better at using my Pebbles chalk for backgrounds. And there's some pictures here. Don't make me put my hand in the way, just in case you want to see the picture a little better. To the next picture that I've done. There's another picture of the owl. This is the last picture. I didn't like this one too much. I was doing it with my pastels and with my pastel chalk, which is the general one. It's the only pastels that I have, and I'm planning on getting another one. I didn't like because the chalk started kind of smearing, and I didn't really do the background of that, so I didn't really finish it. So working on using pastels a little bit better. I think I'm going to use some more pastels because there are different types of pastel pencils. The ones I have are like pastel chalk, and I do love them, but some different colors, they smear a little more than others. So when you're using different products and tools on your painting, on your pictures, you'll learn how some react differently, especially if you're just learning how to blend and do different techniques, and then you still have different ways of how they go from one to the page, or how they look on the page. This is the last one. This is Willa. She was actually the very first page I did in this book. And I love this one. This is my other one that I've done. This is her second book, volume 2. And I've only done one page in this one, and it was this. But she has so many different pretty pictures. She also has the grayscale as well as just the plain white paper, as I showed you before. Yeah. And I like that she has a flip through. This is also a diamond painting from Diamond Art Club. This is one of her diamond paintings that she has with Diamond Art Club. I like this picture right here too. I'm going to do a whole flip through, just showing you some brief pictures from her second volume. Yes, Michaelina. Now, the other person that I looked into was Jade Summer. Jade Summer has everything. I don't care what category you look into. Jade Summer got something for everything. She is just out there like ain't nobody business. She ain't in no particular category because she can range in any category. And she must have been out there for, I don't know how long she been out, but Jade Summer comes in every direction you can think of. So when I looked at Jade Summer, I realized how many different books she has. But I do like her, my favorite books of hers mainly have been the Country and Autumn, the season ones. And I started off trying to do some of the books for her seasons, which is my Country Autumn. And this is just what I was particularly doing recently with the, you know, the autumn, excuse me, Country Autumn book by Jade Summer. These are like pretty pictures. I could go read. Give you a brief flip through here. I think I love that. Little farm animals. There's so many ways you can really make these pictures stand out and really look gorgeous, and learning the tricks of the trade to, you know, use the right colors, use the right pencils, use the right watercolor pencils or acrylic paintings or distress ink. Like I said, I've seen the most gorgeous colorists really bring these pictures out and make them pop and look beautiful and awesome. Then she has the ones that goes this way instead of the other way. This just makes you feel fall. So when I do color, you think about an artist who likes to draw and what they think about when they're drawing. I don't care if it's Picasso, I don't care if it's Michelangelo, I don't care who it is. If you think about artists, you never really think about what they're thinking about when they're drawing. Like, do they like trees? What particularly stands out in their paintings? What are they looking at when they're drawing? What's on their mind when they go into a certain part of an atmosphere or an environment? What are they concentrating on? What draws them to what makes them feel what they're doing? If it's portrait, are they more interested in a person's facial structure? Do they look at the eyes? Is it the hair? Is it the culture? And as your colorist, I'm not an artist because I don't draw. You think about those things. For me, particular, okay, what am I drawn to? What do I look at the most? Do I start with flowers, like when you're coloring and you're really starting to put color to a page? Like, what is the first thing that I look at? And mostly it usually be the wood. So if I'm looking at something, the trees always stand out to me first. The wood around the trees, the mountains, or the grass. It's never like the animals or the air. It's always like the trees, the wood. It's always the grass or things like that. So as a colorist, what do you look at? What stands out to you? What are the first things that you look at when you're trying to put color to the page or bring that page to life? What always catches your eye first? And when it comes to things with little details, I'm not too keen on things with little details because I said I'm not that professional at this time in my life. So I don't like things with really small details. This is an adult coloring book of dark fantasy. And dark fantasy can be vampires. Ugh. It could be gory. It could be sci-fi-ish. And this is another Jade Summer. Most of these are WRPs. I have not. This is when I finished any of them. This is when I was trying out my markers for the first time. This is when I tried out my gel pens. And this book too for the first time. And it's okay. Because I don't like the way that turned out. See how that looks? Because I think I was just trying my gel pens out. This is something that I said I really would like to do. The werewolf. But the colors you would have to put in there, some browns, some tans. You really have to do a lot of good blending. And you have something as gorgeous, just seeing someone like that. Someone who looked like a demon. Excuse me. That's chained up. So this is like dark fantasy, and I like stuff that's different, that stands out, that can be a little scary, that can be a little I like stuff like that, but that's in there too. I do kind of like the vampire, the werewolf, the sci-fi. Somebody with wings. It's kind of like to me, a superhero kind of look. Okay. I showed you this in my other one. This is the great, the mythology, Greek mythology. And she has all the Greek mythology. Excuse me. Medusa. I do not like the way Medusa looks in this page. So, yeah, just another flip through how some of the other ones look. I do like that. That's what I do like. Jade Summer. The other Jade Summer book I have is her interior design. I haven't done anything in this book at all, but I wanted to learn how to do more interior design looks when it comes to coloring wood. I've seen people do some pretty pictures with the interior design looks. So this would be a great practice book if you want to learn to do more outside, outdoorish looks. You would get something like an autumn or scenes, or like Jade Summer's books. But if you want to do interior design, she do have something specifically for that, which is a book like this. All different types of interior design, where you can learn coloring inside of the house, or using markers or watercolor, and giving it your own look. And I do have two other books I wanted to share with you guys. I just bought in the mail. And these are just from Coloring Book Cafe. And I got these because I like scenery. So when you get books, like I've said, I think in my other video, I like to feel like you're a part of that scene, or when I'm coloring, or focusing on what I'm doing. You like to feel like you're a part of what you're coloring. This one is called The French Countryside. And it's an outdoory book about more of the countryside, outdoors. Haven't done anything in it, of course. I just got it. But I like the look of learning to color more outdoor scenes with the flowers, the buildings. I thought it was really pretty. And it costs a lot. Very inexpensive. Like here are the sheep, the lambs, the old brick buildings. Like when you're coloring brick, just learning how to color and get into the details. And when you're coloring animals, making the fur and the fur look real. And there's ways to do it. There's 100 tutorials on YouTube for so many different colors that show you how to do different things for your coloring skills. So you can look on there and find so much. And I'm not going to give you an entire flip through of the entire book, but just wanted to show you some of the things that are interesting me at this time. And it's fall season, you know, so the winter's about to come and die down. And I love beautiful scenery. Now this one with the grapes will really be interesting, making it really stand out and look like beautiful grapes and leaves. Or something like this, making cheese look like cheese in a wine bottles. And I've had a few, I like Dollar Diva 99 with Nisi. She's awesome when it comes to showing you really how to make pictures like fruits, vegetables, and you know, all kinds of different pictures like that become realistic when it comes to food or tables or interior design. Really look realistic. And I love her as a tutor as well as Pamela Loves Pencils. She's great too. This is one I don't really want a Christmassy book because I don't like a bunch of Santa Claus stuff. But I did want something that represented winter. Something that had a Christmassy feel without a lot of Santa Claus, but just wintry scenes. And I like this with the cardinals. I like that. And there's a dog. And the reindeer. And this is definitely something I would like to try with the horse. And the whirling. And a fire. You can like put some there to make the fire look like the fire and the logs there. Coloring logs. There's a cat. This is pretty with the pine cones. I love that to this one. The pine cone and the birds. And definitely see if you do this one. And there's the punch. So yeah, these are a few of the books I've gotten. I don't plan on really buying a lot for the, you know, for the end of the year. But I like to get things that, you know, kind of represent the timing. Because when we are into adult coloring, we like to find things that interest us. Well, let me stop saying us. Me. I like to find things that interest me. For where I'm at and, you know, what's going to take my interest. And when you are into a craft, you want to take something that really interests you. You want to find something that is particularly of your interest and it's going to keep you motivated. You never want to get bored with what you're doing. And I never feel bored with it, but I've noticed what I'm drawn to. And even growing and maturing and developing skills and techniques and trying to learn how to grow as a colorist and a spiritualist, diamond painter, as I call myself. And I call myself the spiritualist, colorist, and diamond painter because there's different reasons why everybody does everything. And for me, I don't draw to things just to go, oh. I do things that I really feel have a peace of mind, helps me, structures me, make me see things from a different light, even if it's different, even if it's unique. Because when we do things, it takes our mind into a different space. It takes our thoughts into a different space. What are we thinking? How do we feel? How are we looking at the picture? It puts our mind in a different zone. So I like to be inspirational. I like to have positive content, positive vibes. So when you are a colorist or you're doing diamond painting or any type of craft, what is your positive vibe? Do you do it to find a way to help others? How does it help you? Does it help you find peace? Is it a way to help you find stress-free time? Because I know that everybody have different reasons for why they do craft, and I know that it's very therapeutic. But I always like to give positive messages, and my message for today is always find a connection to why you do what you do. Be connected to who you are, what you do, and why you do things. And you will find that it will bring forth a lot more meaning, and it will not be something that you just have collected and it just sits and turns into dust. Later on, 4 or 5 years later, when you look at it, you will remember it and be like, wow, I remember where I was when I did that. Wow, I remember how when I started off, how I felt about life when I did that. Always make sure you have a good connection with things, even when you're feeling bad. This maybe draw you to a place where it helps you feel better. It brings out a brighter side for you. So have a connection that makes you feel good, that makes you feel uplifted, that makes you feel motivated. Be encouraged. And this is your spiritual colorist and diamond painter. And thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe if you like my content. Coming to you once again. And I will be coming back with a whip and chat. Don't know if it's going to be diamond painting or coloring. It'll be either one, and it won't be really long. Probably just be a couple of minutes for just chatting with you while I'm coloring or diamond painting, just to have a few discussions about some things, life in general, and a few positive messages. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and you have a blessed day. This is your spiritual colorist and diamond painter, Lady T. Shay. Bye bye.